have the BIM implementation in the ET4 project. So it's basically the summary of everything that Professor and Andrea talked about. So what is BIM? BIM stands for... So BIM stands for Building Information Modeling, which just means you are modeling the information of a building or a project. And for our context of architecture, engineering, and construction, we can define BIM as a digital representation of a building's physical or functional aspects that can serve us throughout the life cycle of the building. And like everything, BIM has lots of advantages, but we can also list out a lot of disadvantages. Collaboration is a good thing in one aspect, but it also creates a lot of data and too much of information clustered in one and heavy data management. Well, let's first talk about the key advantages. We can, for our context, we can take 3 visualization, collaboration, and class minimization as the 3 key advantages of BIM, where visualization refers to better idea of what the project is because you can visually see it. Collaboration because we can integrate between different disciplines, engineering disciplines. And clash minimization because we can understand what one discipline of one engineering field is working on, and if any clashes occur between them, the problems can be fixed in the virtual environment and not in the site itself, which goes back to construction safety and everything. But that information, but given that, not all BIM projects are the same, and not all BIM projects have the same level of information. So we can categorize BIM as in 2 different ways, as with BIM dimensions that features the type of information and the amount of information the file gives you, and the BIM maturity levels that has more to do with the collaboration and organization capability of the project. So so the BIM dimensions focus more on the information content of the project, and it is measured in 3D, 4D, 5D, and goes up to 10D. While the BIM maturity levels focus on the processing and interoperability of the file, of the project file, and hence is more organizational focuses on the organizational aspect of the project. And these can, for today's context, we have 0 to 3, but it can also go up to, like, in virtually, it can also go up to 4 or 5. So, in the context of ET4Digital, the pilot of our project, we have used Revit for the 2D modeling, 2D drawings, 3D visualizations. And for the 4D, the scheduling part of the project, we have used Microsoft Project. For the cost and material estimation, we have used Revit and Microsoft Excel to find the quantity of material and then find the cost of the project. But with all this complexity and different softwares, there comes the disadvantages, which for us in this context, again, we can talk about 3 different disadvantages that are cost, training, and data management. Now, cost is first the software, the subscription to the softwares itself, and the hardware required for using the softwares. And the training is again the long hours that are required for training for BIM, and the resistance of already knowing some level of CAD and not trying to learn learn BIM softwares. And there is the large data management that can cause a big problem if not managed properly, because like how my teacher used to say, a line in a Revit is not just a line, it is a wall, and that has a lots of information. So if you just remove just one line from a Revit file, you can just remove a whole wall or even like a full set of columns. So those information management can be a big problem. So, but again, these can also be an advantage, but these are the disadvantage in our context because we have a huge pool of stakeholders in construction industry. So first, we can categorize the construction stakeholders as external and internal. But here we are only talking about the internal stakeholders because we're talking about the technical and the non-technical stakeholders. Now, for the technical stakeholders, in the technical stakeholders, we can find architects, engineers, the people who are more associated with the technical aspects of the construction. While, I mean, design and technical aspects, while the non-technical stakeholders are the clients, the project managers, the contractors, and everybody that has to follow what the technical stakeholders have come up with. So for the management of this, we can have two different types of collaborative platforms. Now, what are collaborative platforms? The platforms that are virtual and let different people from different locations work simultaneously and communicate properly for the project. Now, in terms of for the technical stakeholders, the platforms are more model-based, and for the non-technical stakeholders, the platform is more management-based. So where the model-based platforms use the BIM models, overly highly technical information, and these are very strict with the training policies, and also require high level of skill and long hours, like I mentioned before, for training for those platforms. But the management-based collaboration platforms are just the documentational platforms that give you information about the project and does not require you to train for some specific softwares or anything, and still gives you enough information that you need to know. So, but for us, since ET4Digital focuses on training the trainers, and the trainers and the trainees are not just like fall somewhere in between here, because they are not just the non-technical people, and they are also not the highly trained technical stakeholders. So for this situation, like Andrea already talked about, we are using the Open BIM platform. So this platform, Open Project BIM platform, this platform gives you the overview of the project, then it gives you the information about the members, gives you the work packages, Gantt charts, the BIM files, payments, and all the other, and gives you the ability to share the documents, any kind of documents, in the platform itself, and with some tweaks with the IT magic, you can also get some sensor data and everything. I mean, you can still, like, So what I mean to mention here is you can not only use the platform as what it is, but also like make some tweaks according to your requirement. So this ended up being one of the like the choice because of its the wide range of features it has, and also the fact that it is not a commercial but open platform. Yeah, open platform. So, and we will be talking about this later. Hence, with all this, we ended up with a 5D BIM model of the pilot project, which is a level 2 BIM model, and a generation 1 digital twin, which was already explained to you by the professor and Andrea. So, thank you for your attention.
So now we will have the guidelines for the use of the platform. Okay, so that has been prepared by Shrinija. We have also. So, okay, thank you very much.
This one? Okay. Hello again. This is not the real guidelines that you will have to translate. The guideline that you have to translate is in a PDF that will be available to you after, but this is just an introduction so you get familiar to the platform itself and instruction for how to use it. The Open Project BIM, as we already introduced, is a collaborative platform, and it helps bring all the different stakeholders to collaborate in a construction project, although it can be used for other things as well. Now, so once you get your credentials for the Open Project BIM, you can sign. This is the screen that will appear to your computer. You first sign in, and then this is how you know from the initials of your initials, you know that you're logged into the platform. And then the first thing you would want to do is select your project. When you go to the project, you'll find the list of projects that you are involved in, and then you can select the one that you want to go to. The project overview of in the platform shows all the basic information that you would need. It gives you the description of the project, status of the project, members involved in the project, but this is just an overview, and you can also find these in the left-hand side of the screen. This is the main menu of the platform, where you can, this can be customized, or it can be used as it is. The information to set the list is in the guidelines. So first we talk about the work package, work packages. So I would like to ask you to pay attention, because you'll have to do these, follow the same steps tomorrow to make up a project. So first thing we do is make a WPS. So the work packages allows the user to understand the status of the project, status of the work of the task of the project. This window gives you the information about what kind of task it is, the status of the task, the person assigned to the task and the priority level. However, this menu again here can be customized, but this is mostly what will be used anyway. And because this is a small project, you can see everything in a glance, but a bigger project would require you to use the assigned to me feature, where you can, once you log in with your credentials, you will find the tasks that you are assigned to. Again, the type of the task, status, and also the person who assigned it to you. Also gives you the updated date so that you know when the change was made, if there is a change. So we're going to so once we're done with the work packages, so we can go to the VCF meaning the BIM collaboration format. So this is where the BIM models can be viewed. So once you go into the VCF, this is the window that appears to you, and the central part shows the BIM model that is in the preview, and the part on the right can also be customized to just view the model, or also the cards with the work packages. And the left side of the screen shows all the list of models that has been uploaded to the platform. And these can be layered on top of each other. The BIM models that can be uploaded in the Open Project BIM platform have to be in IFC format, and the IFC models and you can view the list of all the IFC models in the platform in your project through this button here on the top right corner. And from here you can edit, delete, or download the VCF files, the IFC files. So what this does is it lets you view the project, but also lets a collaborator or stakeholder download it and to use it to modify for themselves. Now this is how you add the IFC model, and you can see that it's very simple. So once you have your model, you can not only view the model on its own, but you can also overlap, like I already said. But one of the best features of Open Project BIM is that you can also slice and see the sections of the BIM models that are uploaded to the platform. Now, what this allows is a stakeholder does not need the high-tech softwares like Revit or ArchiCAD or anything to view the models, to go in depth of the model to actually understand the construction. And this can be done also in your tablet, not your mobile phone because it's too small. And this allows very efficient use of digitization in a construction site, even for the small medium enterprises. So now we have the VCF covered. Let's go to Gantt charts. So once you have made the work packages, the Gantt chart in Open Project BIM updates on its own, but with just a few tweaks. So, like in my presentation before, I told you we made the WBS in the Excel, and then we brought it to MS Project to make the Gantt chart. But in the platform, it's easier because once you make the WBS, it automatically comes to the Gantt chart part, where you only have to put the dates, and then you're done for, and then the Gantt chart appears there. And any modifications you make is shown instantly in the Gantt chart part as well. So this is the main, the WBS part, and this is the Gantt chart. So another good feature is that once, if you go to the information button of each task, the task can be assigned to the BIM model, and you can link to the BIM model, which shows which exact wall or stairs or whichever part of the building we're talking about. So it's very convenient to understand relate the BIM model to the tasks to be performed, and it also avoids the conflicts. Now, so for the members, the open project BIM allows different level of access for the members. So you can have all the stakeholders in the project, but you can filter the access of everybody to everything. So for now, in here you can only see members and admins, because this was our initial document. But in the workshop tomorrow, you will be able to understand better how the member access and the project admin and the reader access are different, and how they can be modified. So you can see the roles of the members here. And after that, we can move on to the meetings. So once you have all your drawing set, your work packages set, your members set, and your construction is going on, the meetings can also be organized through the platform itself. So you can either make a one-time meeting, or recurring meetings like stakeholder meetings, or plan the meetings way ahead. If you have a planned schedule the meeting way ahead if you have a planned schedule. So for example, if you have to make a meeting, you can simply start with the meeting, and you just select the list of participants you want, which is already in your system. So the project details are given here on the right side of your screen. On the right side of your screen, and you can easily add or remove participants from there. So, as I told you before, the stakeholder meetings, for example, is something that you already know is going to happen, and you can plan it way ahead in the project. So the list of the pre-scheduled meetings can already be seen can also be found in the platform. So for the document sharing, for meetings or even for other occasions, the document sharing is a feature where you can upload any kind of file in the platform. So, like for the BCF part, we could only upload IFC files, but if you have to share some other kind of file in other format, you can upload it in the document part and share it with everybody. Okay, so now that we're done with the BIM part of the project, we will move to making the project into digital twin. So here we talk about the sensor readings. So the sensor readings in the platform is a part of work package, and every time a new reading comes up, it comes up in the work packages, but so you can see the list of the sensor readings that happens every. So you just have to go to the ID of the work package, and that's where you find all the detailed readings of the sensor that gives all the data that are the environmental parameters, light, noise, gas, dust, and number of people. But the timestamp on the table shows you when exactly the reading was taken, and you can see that for now the sensor is set to start from 7 in the morning to 12 in the afternoon, because that is when the site is active at this time. So you can see the differences. I mean, this is just to show that the sensors are working, but they already showed everything, so I think this is not important. So you can see the differences, so the sensors are somehow working. So, but for now, to have that, but those were information of the information collected by the sensors individually, but to get the overall average graphical data, you can find this the sensors dashboard in the overview part of the platform for now, according to Andrea's code. So you can select the range of time you want to see, and you can update the dashboard, and it gives you the graph of the data.